from the quarantine kitchen. We're all going a little stir crazy around here, so I thought I'd make a dessert for tonight. I'm not a very good baker. My wife does all the baking, so I'm just kind of winging it as we go, and I'm even worse at making videos. So this is going to be fantastic. First thing, what we're going to do is we got our kitchen cleaned up, which is the biggest hurdle, especially when we're stuck at home all the time. But kitchen's clean, ready to get started. We're going to make cheese danishes today. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's very simple. There's just a handful of ingredients. We're going to be using puff pastry you get in the freezer section. You thaw it out, you roll it out, you cut it up, and it pretty much does all the hard work for you. Cream cheese, vanilla, sugar, lemons, and an egg yolk. That's the basic mixture of it. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll get the filling mixed, and we'll get the puff pastry pulled out and cut up. Okay, pretty simple stuff. We're just going to open up our cream cheese first, throw it into the mixing bowl. Now, this cream cheese has been setting out for a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean like a day or so, and it's fine. There should be no problem with it. So just go ahead and dump it in there, throw that off to the side, and we're going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Jenny uses this. It's vanilla with artificial butter flavor. It's fantastic. It's really good in cakes. I figure it'll be just as good here too. So there you go. Maybe just a little extra because I really like that. Move that off to the side. 3 tablespoons of sugar. Pretty simple. We'll just dump that in. We're gonna supposed to only be a teaspoon of lemon, but I'm gonna do a little bit more than that because I like lemon. Trying not to get the seeds in there, of course, that's what I did right off the bat, was get a seed in there. So we'll pull that out. My hands are totally clean, coronavirus free. So there we go. And that's about a teaspoon or a little more. Oh, and another seed. All right, great. Well, the seeds are gonna be delicious. Everyone will like those. And I can't get it out of there. Got it. Well, yeah, I think so. Close enough. If there's another one in there, we'll find it later. Okay, so that's out of the way. And then 1 egg yolk. So we'll dump it all in, push this down, and we just want to stir this up and let that get all creamy because that's going to be our filling. So let that run for a few minutes and do its thing. Yep, we're ready. So now we'll go ahead and start laying out our puff pastry. All right, the filling's all mixed up. It looks pretty good. Moving on to the puff pastry. Get it in your freezer section, let it thaw out for a day. Pretty easy stuff. Pepperidge Farms, never used it before. Today will be a first. So we're gonna open this up. Supposed to put this on a nice floured surface, but I am just gonna use it right here. My countertop's clean, and really it's just my family eating it anyways, and they're troopers, so that I'm not worried about. It is separated in between, so you want to open this up. It does stick a little bit, not a big deal. Just kind of pull it apart as best you can. All right, let's get our pan out. Just a little bit of cooking spray. This is the pan for baking, so just a real quick spray on that. Take our puff pastry, open it all the way up. It may crack, and if it does, that's okay. Not a big deal. We're gonna open this all the way up here on our countertop first before we do anything, and we're gonna cut this into quarters. There we go. Very scientific. Must be perfect. Okay, and we'll set these here, and here. Gosh, that looks great, doesn't it? And here. And here, we're just going to do 4 to start off with. The trick with this too is that if you fold these over on the corners just to make an octagon, it's going to make like a little pocket in the center of where your filling is going to go. And when that pocket fills up with puff paste or with your filling, the puff pastry around it's going to swell up and kind of keep it from going anywhere. You don't want to smear your pastry or your filling around. You just want to put it in a big glob right in the middle. So, that way you get a big, huge bite of filling. I've already tried the filling, and it's good. I like it. I don't know if it's going to be Jackson's favorite or not. We'll see. He tends to be very critical when it comes to my cooking, which I completely understand. All right, so pretty simple stuff. That's already laid out. Not rocket science at all. we're gonna take our filling and we're just gonna put dollops in each one. And you can do about 2 tablespoons per each one. And you're not looking for anything too crazy. You know, more the better, in my opinion. Will it come over? Will it drift over the edge? Yeah, most likely. But you know, we're talking about the sugary deliciousness of it all, so it's not like you can have too much. Anybody says you can't that you're having too much dessert hasn't been quarantined because of a coronavirus. So anything to take the edge off of the crazy boredom that's going on. That's why you're getting to see this awesome video. Okay, so that's about how much is left out of that batch that I made earlier, and I'll probably just eat this like it is with my coffee later. Set that off to the side. Got a quick, easy egg wash, just an egg with about a teaspoon of water in it. Just kind of blend it up, pretty simple, right? And then you're just gonna go around the edges and you're just going to paint this on all the exposed parts of the pastry, not on top of the filling, but just on top of the dough. And that's gonna give it that nice glazy look that the bakeries do, because they know what they're doing and I don't. I'm just following what somebody else has already done. Definitely not reinventing the wheel here, so. But it is delicious, and we can have as many of these as we want because I can just keep making them. I don't know that these aren't exactly Jenny's favorite. She never eats Danishes, so, and Jackson may not be a big fan of it either, so it's very possible I may end up getting all these. And if that happens, that's okay. I do have a way of burning that off. I can just go out to the gym. Oh wait, no, I can't do that, but I can go to the fire station, or I can go out to the garage and work out, whatever it takes. So pretty simple. All right, so I just kind of painted that on. You can make a mess, it's all right, it's not gonna hurt anything. You put a little extra on, it's not gonna hurt anything either. Set that aside, and then we're just gonna put that in our oven, 400 degrees for about, I don't know, you're probably looking at around 15 to 20 minutes until this starts to puff up and turn brown and be ready for dessert. All right, let's go see how it looks. Puff pastries are in there. The cheese danishes are rising as we speak. We've got about another 15 minutes to go on that. So just kind of chilling out. Super easy dessert for everybody to make. The filling is fantastic. I could eat the filling with nothing else because it is really good. This is alone as a dessert, and I could do this with no problem. I'm sure this will show up on my physical at the end of the year, but it's worth it because it is delicious. Look at that. There's the other seed I missed. Fantastic. So anyways, I will pull this out in another 10 or 15 minutes and we'll see where we go. But until then, I'm gonna have some more of this. Oh, so good. We've got a few more minutes until the cheese danishes are ready to pull out of the oven. So we've got enough time to go ahead and put our icing together real quick. Pretty simple recipe. But we're just going to be doing a teaspoon of the buttered vanilla that Jenny has turned me on to because this stuff is absolutely fantastic. We get ours at Miss B's in Claremont, or Speedway, sorry, Speedway. Really good stuff. So just a teaspoon of that, half cup of powdered sugar, and two teaspoons of milk. Any kind of milk, doesn't matter. You can go whole milk, which full fat milk always tastes better than anything else anyways. And then you're just gonna take your whisk and start stirring. And it's gonna make a mess, but that's okay. Just keep stirring. The center of it will slowly start to absorb everything until you get that nice consistency where there's no more powder left, and it's that icing that we all know and love. And we're just gonna drizzle this right over the top. So you could use a power mixer, but I wouldn't. Every time I use a hand mixer, especially with anything that's got powder in it, I tend to wear more of it than I actually use. So just using I like the whisks, the smaller ones that go with the hand mixers, but just not in the hand mixer. And it works out pretty good. So anyway, scrape the sides of it, get it all nice and done. And you can kind of see, you get that white creamy consistency, and then we'll just drizzle this right over the top of it as soon as they're ready to come out. Pretty simple stuff. Easy icing. You can put this on anything. There's anything that you like to have sugar on, there you go. Pretty simple. Milk, vanilla, powdered sugar, whisk, done. And then if you have time while you're waiting, you know, have some more of this cream cheese filling. It's good. Really, really good. Yeah, worth it. And wash it down with coffee. Always have coffee. Oh, it's so good. We're about ready to pull this off. Throw down some hot pad holders so I don't tear up our top. Put on our awesome matching mittens. And pull it out. And as you can see, the puff pastries have puffed, true to the name. The cream cheese spread out nice and evenly all around it. You know, that's exactly what we're looking for. We got the nice brown color everywhere. The egg wash really helps to bring that out. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I'm going to wait to put the icing on there, because if you put icing on anything hot, it's just gonna melt and go away. Remember, it's just sugar. So we're gonna give this, you know, a number, let's give it 15 minutes to cool off. And then we'll put the icing on it and call it good and release this to the hounds. All right, see you in 15 minutes. We've let them set for about probably 5 minutes or so. Jenny showed me a cool trick where you just use cast iron pans, way better than using hot pad holders, and it cools the pan off much quicker. She knows how to do this because she's a professional and I am not. So I take advice anywhere I can get it, and Jenny is one of the best bakers I've ever known, so I am definitely going to listen to her. And it worked out this 5 minutes, and the pan is like cool to the touch. So I'm going to now do some drizzle with the icing that I made. I'm just going to drape it across everything, and so just get some on your whisk, and then just back and forth. Pretty simple. Not difficult at all. If it's difficult, I wouldn't be doing it. And with the drizzle, one thing for sure is you want to make sure that you have enough to go over all of them. If there's somebody who doesn't want drizzle, the icing drizzle on their Danish, then they probably don't really need a Danish anyway. Just keep it and eat it yourself. There we go. I mean, I don't understand who wouldn't want this. It's extra sweetness, extra awesomeness. It's not as pretty as what you get at, you know, professional bakery, but it's going to taste just as good. And if you're stuck in the house because you're observing social distancing, then why not have some creature comforts and some comfort food to kind of pass the time a little bit. We went out and bought a board game tonight too called Horrified. It's the Universal Studios game. We'll see how that is. That way at least we can daydream about being at a theme park, having some fun. And we'll probably be eating these at the same time. I'm putting a lot of this on there, and that's okay, because this is not for somebody who's watching their calories. This is for people that want to enjoy a pastry, so that's okay. A little extra here and there. And I should probably scrape this as much as I can. The part of a Danish that isn't as sweet as the rest is the outside. So you want to make sure and get as much on the outside crust as you can. The center's already sweet and awesome, but try to get as much as you can on that outside area. That way when you're eating those first and last bites, you're not disappointed. You're happy you did it. Because like I said, it's not for somebody watching their weight or watching their calories. It's for somebody who wants to have a good time with their food. So there's that. Pretty simple. Okay, that recipe that I made, the 1/2 cup powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla mixed up. That's enough to do 4 comfortably, and that's about how much you got left. So, you know, it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I'm sure the family's gonna be happy with it. If they're not, then that's okay too, because that means that I will have more than just one. So let me know what you think of it, and we'll see where we go with this. And if there's another dessert you want me to try, let me know, and I am happy to make it. All right. Okay, we are all done. Everything looks great. As you can see, here are my Danishes that I made. First time, never made them before, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm going to enjoy one here in just a minute. So they look great. Let me know what you think. Comments below, that's fine too. Criticism, I don't really care. It's gonna taste delicious even if it's not perfect. So anyways, this is Mark signing off. Talk to you later.